Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene the Fishing Machine here. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of bass fishing. Wind's blowing, cold. In fact, it's so cold I believe I see a little moisture in behind that lens, and I apologize for that. But it's going to warm up today to around 60 degrees, believe it or not. I mean, we're finally in a little bit of a warming trend. Yesterday, well, it warmed up to around 55, and we had some sun. We've been having some terrible weather, just like y'all, or most of the folks in the United States. It's just been awful. The water temperature has dropped to 44 degrees on top. This time of year, if you can find them, big gizzard shad, I get up on these flats, and big bass, big females, will follow them in. So what I'm trying to do is catch a few of these big fish, if the big ones are moving in, the females. They should be starting right now, no doubt, because the water is warming up, the days are getting longer. But this is a 1/4 ounce chatterbait, and on it I like a big swim bait. Well, this is not a real big one. This is a 5-inch Kitech swim bait. I've modified this bait a little bit. If you've been watching my crappie videos, what I do and what I did to this bait was take dental floss and wrapped around the shank of the hook 4 or 5 times, a pretty thick layer, back and forth, and put this swim bait on perfectly straight, pulled it back and super glued it, and that way I don't have to worry about this bait twisting. And because of this light chatterbait, if I didn't do that, if it twists, it'll mess action up. And another modification I did, well, chartreuse tail right there to give it a little bit of flash. The water has a little color to it. We've been having a lot of rain, which is helping warm the water up just a little bit. I'm really focusing. I'm wanting to catch a big one on this chatterbait. So let's quit talking, man. Hey, let's do it. I may have to change the way I'm fishing, but right now I believe the chatterbait will get her done. Whoa! Now we're back out here. There we go. Man, that fish hit that. I was just saying to myself, there's got to be a fish right there. That's a good bass right there. That's what I'm talking about right there, what a chatterbait will do for you. Up here in shallow water, I'm talking about 2 feet of water. Okay. Come on in here. There's a nice one, folks. That's a fat fish. There's one thing about it. When they commit on a chatterbait, they usually commit. But y'all can see. Let's look at that water. See how shallow it is. And all I'm doing is fishing these flats. I'm having to make a lot of casts, though. He caught me off guard. I was talking to him. Let's let him go right here. That's some pretty clean water, ain't it? Boy, that's a good fish right there. Not no giant, but now that's a good solid fish. There he goes. They're not up here. They're just up here sunning. See, what I mean by that, I found me some warm water back up in here. This is 53 degrees. 2 feet of water. And this shallow water will warm up quickest. I hadn't found a concentration of fish, just they're going to be scattered. I count the weather knocked them back. But ain't nothing like it. When you do get bit, you get bit. Now y'all can see right here how this milfoil is. It's real, real thick. Back there, when I talked that fish into biting, there was a patch of it, real thick, and then just a clearing. And I just felt like, and y'all know what I'm talking about, I just felt like that fish was there. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Here on these flats where it's just solid weeds, look for irregularities like that. Places where they ain't much weeds, or maybe just a sandy hole, stuff like that. Well, that's what I look for. Ooh, look at that bait come down through there, folks. If I was a bass fish, I'd eat that. Like that one. I almost did. There we go. Come on up here, boy. I was really focusing right there. Hey, come here. Where are you going? It ain't a big one, but we did catch one now, folks. This water is extremely cold. I tell you what. Ain't that bad. Crossed his eyes, didn't I? Let's get that hook out of there. I don't know what size hook that is. I'd say at least a 6/0. But hey, quit. Woo, that fish is like ice. Hey, anytime you break the ice when you're trying to find a pattern, that's a good thing. Whoa! Hey, whoa! Let's look at the action right here on this chatterbait. Can y'all see that? It's a big profile bait right there. Let's do it again. Come from that angle. Big profile bait. And on it, when I use a chatterbait, I like a medium action rod. This is a 7-foot, believe it or not, one of the cheapest rods you can buy. It's a Berkeley cherrywood rod. It's got quite a bit of give right here on the tip, and I want that. I don't want a real stiff rod for a chatterbait. That's just me. And I'm running a 17-pound test red Cajun line, but the reel, I want a quick reel. This is an Xfinity, made by Lew's, and it's got a 7.5-in-1 gear ratio, I believe. It tells on here somewhere. Big handle, get your hands on it. A really light outfit. Everything I fish with is real light, but a chatterbait right now, what I'm going to do is keep it in vision just like you would a spinnerbait, and reel it through this grass and hope there's a bass. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And the reason for the 1/4 ounce, folks, is the count of the weather conditions we've been having. I favor 3/8. But right now I'm going to reel it as slow as I can. I'm going to let that swim bait tail sway back and forth real slow. And every once in a while I'm going to drop it like that. And a lot of times they'll kill it when you do that. But I don't know how active these fish are. I hope I'm not going to have a tough day. But I may have to be doing a lot of moving today. I'm really focusing here, folks. They should be a fish right down through here somewhere. But the speed of the retrieve is the key. The kind of weather we've been having, and being that the water temperature has actually dropped the last few days, I believe it's going to be key to reel this bait just as slow as I can and keep it in vision or fade it just out of vision. Man, that fish thumped it. That's a pretty good fish right here, folks. That is a real good fish. I mean, he thumped it. What I've done right here, if y'all noticed, I've changed my technique up a little bit. God, that fish thumped it. When he hit it coming to me. And the sun has really come out, so I'm fishing a little bit deeper. Not much. That's a good bass right there. Look here. 4 the tackle I have. And I'll show you what I'm using right here. That's a good one right there. There ain't nothing wrong with that. One of my favorite baits right here, or one of them during the pre-spawn. Come on here, wearing him out. I'm gonna net this fish right here. We got a net right here. This is a good one. Come on in here. There you go. Let's wet this a little bit. It's cold, but I don't want him to hurt him. That's a good fish right there. That's what I'm talking about. Woo. Woo. Let me show you this bass. That's a good fish right there. That's a classic largemouth. Now let's put him back. Whoa. Man, that's a nice fish. They're all nice. I don't care how big they are. Let's let her go. There she goes. Alright, let's talk about what I'm doing right now. What happened, the weather changed a little bit. It's getting on up in the day a little bit. So what I did, my shallow bite ceased, to say the least. When the sun comes out like that and that intense, the fish will move out normally, even during the pre-spawn. They may not move far, but they'll move out. And this is one of my favorite baits. It's an old bait. It's a shad rap. And I'm throwing it on 8-pound line. But on a shad rap, I always use a loop knot. You can either tie a loop knot, or you can put a snap ring in it, but I prefer a loop knot. Long, limber rod, and a reel loaded with 8-pound test line. That'll do the job. When you're fishing over this grass, that's the deal. Now what I'm doing is I'm fishing in about 4 feet of water. The water is ultra clear. It's getting clearer and clearer too. And that's the reason why I'm going with this natural bait, folks. Let's check it out right here. Old bait, floats back up pretty slow. And the way I'm working it is I'm just reeling it, stopping it, reeling it, jerk, jerk, stopping it. Nothing fancy right here. It don't take much in this clear water. But this, being I'm using 8-pound test line on this bait, they're hard to throw, these shad raps are. They're real light. And you need a long limber rod like this one. This is an all-star, and I mean it's limber. This rod's about 20 years old right here. It's been a good one. But I'm just reeling it, stopping it, putting dart in action. Instead of doing it with my rod tip, I just stop my reel. I'll show you, I'll give you an example right here. See, it's really getting windy now. Okay, when I drive this crankbait down, I'll reel it several feet, stop it, just erratic. That's real erratic. That keeps me from jerking my rod tip and getting out of touch with my bait. Now, a lot of crankbaits you can't do that with, but you can with this one, because it floats up real slow. There we go. Boy, he couldn't stand that. Y'all seen what kind of twitching I was doing right there? Pretty good fish, not just a real big one. Great good one. That 8-pound line, I tell you now, I can't stress it, it's the key. But if you hook a certainly big mohawk fish, you better watch it. That's just a chunk right there. My goodness, he eat that too. Quit. Yeah. I ain't gonna try to lip him, folks. I'll end up with a hook in my hand. I done got one in my hand today. Hey, that just ain't he pretty, so let's let him go. Go on back in there, little, and ow! Y'all look! Ow! Wait. Okay. Let's just net him right here. He ain't that big, but I don't like how you had that crankbait in there. Yep. He was scissored. He wouldn't have come off for nothing. But he could not stand that. Now, I was working it real aggressive that time. It's getting a little bit later in the evening. Got a little blemish right there. I don't know what that was. Huh. That's a beautiful fish, though. Heavy for a little bitty fish. Let's put him back right here. Man, what beautiful fish right there. Look at there, look at there, look at there. Look at there. Whoa. I cannot stress the whoa. Boy, he eat that. Let's do that again. I'll show you how I was working it then. I'll just like that. None of this right here, not with this bait. Not necessary. Where you risk out, just drive it down slow and then like that. That's how that strike happened. It looks just like a wounded minnow there. I fish with live bait a lot, and that's what they'll do. When they're trying to get away, they'll just make short movements like that. That bass ain't gonna be able to stand it. Well, folks, we done pretty good today. I had to mix it up a little bit. I had to throw a lot of different baits, but those are the only two that worked for me today. Now tomorrow, well, it could be totally different. Weather conditions is something that I study, and actually there should have been 4 different baits that would work today, but only 2 pulled through. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for everything y'all do for the channel, and y'all know the drill. Woo, wee, hey, man, woo, 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 woo. Oh my goodness, woo. And remember, go fishing when you can, but I called it.